Dude, what are you doing? Spilling all over the place.
I don't know how.
Dude, it looks like fucking sewage.
It looks like rusty water from PA.
I fucks with this hard.
Son, it's the real deal. Holyfield, baby. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burndown. As you know, I'm Eric, aka Brother Cigar. Who's this guy over here? What's your name?
I'm Justin, a.k.a.
Dapper.
The Dapper Cigar.
Cigar. Today's episode, we got a couple stories, a couple past activities we've been doing the last few weeks. No real schedule. You know, like we say, it's more of the shooting the breeze type episode.
Yeah, we recently put one out maybe a couple weeks back, and somebody said, you guys should really do more of those. Those are entertaining. Those are fun. So we're going to do a couple more of those.
We're for the people. We're here for the people, and we give what the people want.
We kind of figure that's what a podcast is, right? Every week you have the people that host the podcast. They just kind of get on there and talk. That's what we're going to do.
That's exactly what we're going to do.
Eric's got some good old brewskis here.
I got some good stuff where I was. Got some nice beer. I got a nice cigar. Got some good stories about where I was.
Yeah, fucking itchy nose, man.
And you got a damn itchy nose. Get rid of it. You don't got Corona, do you? You don't got Rona?
Nah, it's I gotta shave my beard. Sometimes these little hairs on the mustache get up in there and they're like,
oh yeah.
So anyway, I have no idea what I'm gonna smoke. I'm gonna just reach into the freaking box and.
Can I pick it for you? I know.
Sure.
I know what I'm smoking.
Oh my god.
This is my favorite Rocky Patel.
It's killer.
This is the Rocky Patel Grand Reserve. Now, I believe the tobacco is undisclosed for the cigar. They don't say what's in the cigar. All I know is that it's damn good. Oh my god,
yeah.
It's phenomenal. I mean, even on the little cold drawer right here, nice and sweet. Yeah, baby. Ooh. I love that shit.
Ooh.
Now, whip open that cigar chest. Let me pick a cigar for you. I'm going to close my eyes, and we're going to see what we're going to get. Here we go.
Okay. Let me get the Bovita packs out the way. There's 3 in there.
The claw.
The claw.
Oh.
There's that one. You haven't even gotten to the rest. There's the rest.
I like this one. Nice and
Is that the one?
nice and girthy. What do we got here? The Big Sky. Big Sky from Billings, Montana. Here we go.
All right. So this is
What we got?
Big Sky Cigar Company. I don't know which one this is. It's the green label in Billings, Montana. I got this from Luxury Cigar Club. Mm-hmm. I've smoked Big Sky before. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, they make some good
This one
stuff.
looks like a Toro. I love the mountains. I'm a big mountain guy, so I love the label right off the bat.
Mountain Man.
Nice and simple. We're gonna try it out. And Eric, tell the people
Hey,
what
man.
we're drinking, man. You've been hyping this up, and I'm excited to try it.
This is a beer I got when I was in Pennsylvania. I was in Sugar Grove, PA. Look it up.
Amish country.
About 6.5, 7 hours away from where we live. It is literally the top left corner of Pennsylvania. It borders New York and PA. About an hour away from Toronto. A couple hours away from Detroit, Ohio. Amish country. I mean, people are doing in buggies. It was wild. But about 40 minutes away where my buddy's family is from, this is a brewery in Warren, PA. And the brewery is called Get Bent.
Get bent.
Nice local brewery. And when I was going there, all of my buddy's cousins were like, "Oh, you got to try the beer here." I'm like, "Which one?" It's called Pearl Oh My Eye.
Pearl Oh My Eye.
Yes, it's a
Like
new,
my eye.
or Oh My Eye. That beer is so beautiful.
Oh my eye.
Oh My Atlanta.
Oh my eye.
So it's a New England IPA. It was brewed on May 15th, 2021. So,
shit.
AKA about a week or so ago.
So that thing's fresh.
Cold, and it's 7.2% alcohol.
Look at the size of that can,
Yo,
too. That reminds us of the Montauk can that we had that one time. Remember that?
Yep. Okay. That thing is big, girthy. You know we like big and girthy around here.
You see that bad boy?
Yeah, get a seal for that in your hands.
Look at that fucking
Yo,
thing.
you can do some freaking bicep curls with that. Do some shoulder presses. Come on, get it in.
Dude. I love how we're like
It's
wiping it off.
It's condensation.
Brewed in Warren, PA.
That's right.
All right, so let's get this. Let's get these cut.
I drank that beer all night. I gotta tell you about it.
Well, we have some stories. So,
Yeah,
I gotta tell you about a freaking bird I had to bury in my backyard. So we're gonna tell you about that. So stay tuned.
Okay.
So while you pour this out, okay, I want to give a shout out to small business. Okay, gotta support
small business.
Gotta support small business. Okay, now this is my sister and my brother-in-law. Okay, it is Murph Co. Crafting. Okay, on Instagram, Murphco_crafting with a K. They make small arts and crafts, and you'll see it all on their website. But what they provided us with is a wonderful
smelling candle.
Oh my goodness, it's unbelievable. And it's all handmade in this little mason jar. Let me show it to you guys here. I'll show it to you guys up here.
Oh yeah.
This one happens to be lavender smelling.
Smells like fresh out the laundry chute.
And
smells
it's
good.
Awesome because they put they put the lavender in there. It's all handmade. They have a little rock in there. They have the little what do they call that? The the twine right around it.
Tickle the twine.
Oh, and it smells fantastic. I've been putting this on my my desk when I'm at home working. Oh, it smells fantastic.
Love it.
So she makes these. She makes a couple other things as well. She made these Grinch candles during the Christmas time, which were really cool. They came in like a wine glass, so it was a dual purpose. So shout out to. Oh, they also make these cool wine bottle holders. They're kind of I'll put a picture of it. It's a wine bottle holder that is kind of like a hammock almost. Like, dude, what are you doing? Spilling all over the place.
I don't know how.
So they make these cool wine holders. They make the candles. They make some other things. So go check them out. Murphco_crafting. Slide into the DMs if you want to reach out to them to purchase something. You certainly can. If you want to reach out to me, I'll hook it up as well. So shout out to them. Thank you very much for the candle. It smells fantastic.
Wow. Now we're talking about beer.
Love it.
Ice.
So go support your local small business. Or it's not really local for you guys, but it's local for me. Support it.
Murphco_crafting.
Do it. All right. So let's try this fucking beer, man.
Come on, man. Look at it. I took a little bit less.
Dude, it looks like fucking sewage.
It looks like rusty water from PA.
All right, we're going to try it out, boy.
I'm going to tell you it's good, though. This is the Pearl O' My Eye from Get Bent Brewery, Warren, PA.
Oh my eye.
Son.
I fucks with this hard.
Son. Son. It's the real deal. Holyfield, baby.
Real deal Holyfield.
This shit is liquid gold.
Bro. And I haven't had a good craft beer, and I'm not kidding you, and it's been probably a month.
Bro, when I was at PA, I had one too many of those. So I went to Pennsylvania, and when my buddy has family out in Sugar Grove, and out there, and we went turkey hunting.
Sugar Grove.
Yeah, cool name, right?
You know what that reminds me of? Is you ever see Don John?
Don Johnson?
No, I think is it Don John? The with what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Guy's addicted to porn. And,
yeah.
And the girl's name is Sugar Bush. I think her name is.
No, I know the movie. I never actually. I've seen bits and pieces.
Sugar Grove, PA.
Yeah, so it's turkey hunting season, or was turkey hunting season. So I went up with my buddy just to join, and I've been up there a few times. You know, they have a lot of property, and we do some fun stuff, and it's just good to get away and get out in the middle of nowhere. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking.
Just thinking.
I'm just looking at the flame, man.
I thought something was happening.
Yeah, I'm just looking.
But so yeah. Anyway, so I was up in Sugar Grove, went turkey hunting. So we didn't actually see any turkey. We didn't actually shoot any turkey. We came across a couple. So
you caught nothing. It's like you went whale watching, didn't see a whale.
You know what? And I always say caught. It's not caught. You don't caught. You don't catch
you
anything.
Don't catch
you
it.
shoot.
You kill it. You shoot it.
And they say that's why it's called hunting and not killing, because you got to go hunt for it.
Yeah.
But it was a cool experience. I mean,
it's not like you're just like, oh, here's a gun. There's a fucking 1,000 of them. No, you got to hunt for it.
And they were telling me like the last couple of years, the turkey hunting season around there hasn't been the best. So they were like, sorry, Eric. So I'm like, hey, I'm just here for a good time.
I'm not here to drink, bro.
I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. But it was cool. So they have like a cabin house where they go for like for hunting, and they have like all these crazy animals. They have like moose, elk, deer, black bear, like all around. And it's a big old cabin. They have these little bunks. It's like you sleep. You know, you ever been like in a submarine where the bunks are really tight and little?
Yeah. There's
about like 8 or 10 of those upstairs, and then like all his friends and family. When
you
it's
a top bunk or bottom bunk guy?
Bottom bunk.
You're a bottom bunk guy?
Yeah, I like bottom. When I was little, I slept in the top bunk, but in this particular area, I like the bottom. Plus, the top is like the roof is angled, so like you don't really have that much room, so you might not have the best type of sleep. But I'm like in this little bunker here, waking up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, going out hunting for turkeys, and it's fun, man. You dress up in all camo, you walk. They call it a blind. It's like a little tent that pops up, and you sit in there.
Yeah.
They have like these calls. They either they have like it's like a box that makes like a noise with like chalk, and it sounds like a hen or like a male turkey. And what's supposed to happen is, you know, it's like mating. They hear a freaking hen, and they're like, "I'm gonna stick myself in that.
I'm gonna go get that."
Yeah. So and I've heard it, like you hear it. So they either do with like a box set, or they have like a little mouthpiece. It's like yay big, and they put it in their mouth, and they just go. It's fucking wild. And then if there's a male turkey around, it replies back. It's like, it's fucking bizarre. I'm like, holy shit. So that's literally what. And these guys, like some of his cousins are like top of the line hunters. Like one of his cousins is in magazines. Like he's sponsored by like a clothing company for hunting. So he's sick. Like he'll. It's fucking wild. It's so crazy and it's so sick. So they were trying to find one so I could shoot it. So they gave me like a shotgun and they're like, "Come on, Eric, let's go." So
that's how you kill them, right?
Well, you can
with shotguns. You don't use a rifle on a turkey, right?
A shotgun. I mean, they're like pros. So the first couple of days they were using a freaking compound bow.
That's badass.
Those guys, they're legit. So they have the freaking compound bow, and they also have a crossbow.
Compound bow is badass. You kill someone with a compound bow?
Yeah. So their family has like a YouTube channel, and they put all their hunting videos on there. So it's sick. Like you see them with the freaking crossbow, the compound bow, and they do turkeys and stuff, and it's wild stuff. But so we were just doing that all weekend, and one week one of their wives was their birthday, so we went to this place get bent, and
got bent.
I got literally bent, and I thought I wasn't gonna be able to wake up the next day because I got a little. I didn't get like tuned up. I just felt really good. I was like happy, and so it was a good time, man. But turkey hunting is wild. It's patience. I mean, it's not like
hunting in general is patience. Yeah, everybody thinks, I'm gonna just go out and shoot something. No, you gotta sit and wait for the opportune moment.
So they have a lot
of boom.
Yeah, it's legit. And they own a lot of land up there, so it's not the same as like deer hunting where you're like in a stand all day for 8 hours in the freezing cold. Like they'll go out, but they call it like in the morning you wake up, you do some calls, you see if anything's around. So like typical day, you wake up around like 5 o'clock. You go out to certain spots, do some calls, you go over. But they have so much land that they don't actually need to always go in the woods. You can literally, because it's so open up there, it's legit just land. So we literally drive around in their pickup trucks. They call from the car, and if they hear something, all right, we get out of the car and we can go in. Fucking crazy. So we drove all over. But yeah, so you do that for a couple hours in the beginning, around 5, 6, 7. Around 8 o'clock, you go into town, get breakfast. There's only one spot for breakfast, one spot for lunch, and like one bar. It's like
Amish country, man. You're lucky to have a bar.
Small town. But this place, shout out to New Beginnings in Sugar Grove, PA. Great breakfast. And you eat from like 8 to 9, and then they call it about gobble 30. So
gobble 30?
Gobble 30 between like 9, 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's like prime time turkey hunting. So you go back out. And then this particular time of the season, you hunt for turkeys till about 12 o'clock only. But we were hunting in PA in New York because we were legit so close. Like it was like a dirt road was PA, and then black cement or black pavement was New York. Like it was wild, and just interesting, man. It was just fun going out there. Have a bunch of GoPro videos. Like it's so crazy. It was just.
Did you ever see the video of the guy where he's filming himself and there's a bunch of turkeys? He goes.
That's legit how it is.
Great.
So one of their cousins who does the YouTube, he has like a tripod for his phone, for his camera. He has a freaking. We use this camera for the podcast. Like the camera was like a Sony something. The camera was legit, like legit. So like, it's one of those cameras where you can like focus it, like on the front, and everything else is like blurry.
Oh yeah.
And it's clear as day.
Yeah, that's a DSLR camera.
So the only real opportunity they had, he has a little son who was like 8 or 9, and they went out hunting. And they came across a huge turkey. So he was getting his tripod set up, and with his camera and everything. And I think his son had the crossbow, and the crossbow was so close to the tripod, he didn't realize it. So when they shot it, it freaking hit the tripod, and the whole camera went down, and they missed the turkey.
Oh.
So you see on camera like this giant ass turkey, and then in 1 second, and
you hear him. Oh, mother!
Well, no, they were like they just picked it back up. The turkey didn't hear anything; he was still there, but they just couldn't get a shot. Like they couldn't get a shot. But I was like, dang! And at one point, the first day, we were in one particular spot. And they did a call, and we heard one. So we're like, oh, let's go in. We go in. So we put the blind up. We're sitting in the blind. We're like, hey, what's up? Everyone's farting. Yo, shh. And so they call, and there's a turkey over here on the right hand side. And they're like, oh, it's over there. But we just heard it over there. So we do a call, and there's a call over there. So we're moving the blind over here. And then my buddy's cousin was like, oh. He's like, we're wasting our time here. He goes, so-and-so has a pet turkey over here. And over here, so we're communicating with pet turkeys. So for like 30 minutes, we're sitting here talking, thinking we're getting a turkey, and he's like, oh, "No, it's so and so's pet turkey." So we drive around, and lo and behold, he's got a damn pet turkey.
Mother.
But smoked cigars, had campfire, was relaxed, barely had cell phone service.
Dude, that's what it's about, man.
It was good times. That's all. I had some good quality time with my buddy Joe. That's all that matters, really. You know what I mean?
Turkey hunting.
And I said, I'll definitely be talking about this on my podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt.
Turkey hunting for the...
Bro, I don't have it on my computer, but...
You'll show me later. I gotta see it.
It's... It's so cool. It's so cool. I just like to be, it's just guy stuff.
Guys, man shit.
Man shit, son.
Love it.
Man shit.
Love it.
So... Yeah, that's where this beer came from. Oh, then shout out to Nice Ash's Cigar Lounge in Warren,
yeah,
PA.
you showed me that.
So that's another crazy story. So as we're going up, my buddy Joe was like, "Yo, there's a cigar lounge like in Warren, PA." I'm like, "Oh, sick, we gotta go." So we went, and I think it was just gonna be this little rinky-dink shop. Ended up being the lounge wasn't as big, but the selection of cigars.
Yeah, you showed me a video. You FaceTimed me,
bro. They had anything and everything there. So I found these Rocky Patel Grand Reserves. They definitely don't go for the price in New York around here.
No, because there's no tobacco tax in PA.
So the Rocky Patel Grand Reserves probably go for like $18 to $20 in New York.
Probably more. Yeah.
Even more. I got the Robustos. I got one for you, one for me, because there was 2 left, so I bought them. The Robusto Rocky Patel Grand Reserve, $10.25.
Bruh.
And I was like,
bruh.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you showed me. You said, I just bought a box of flying pigs.
Yeah.
And you said for $130, and I said, go back. So I made you turn around. I said, go back in the store.
So we're walking around. My buddy's like, oh, what are some good cigars? Because my buddy Joe, he's just like, what's the most expensive cigar? And buys it, and he's like, all right, here's your present. And he always gets me like expensive cigars. Like he got me an St. DuPont one time. He got me like the Opus X. What was the ones that he got? Oh, the Forbidden comes in like the 3-pack. So he's a good guy, obviously. So he's like, oh, so what are some good cigars? I'm like, oh, Mike, they got these the Drew Estate Flying Pigs. I'm like, these are hard to find. He's like, oh, really? How much is a box? I'm like, Joe, no. So I want to get you a birthday present. I'm like, dude, my birthday isn't until July. I don't need a birthday. Like, no. And he's like, we're here. This is once opportunity to get these cigars. I'm like, Joe, I don't need a birthday present. He's like, I'm getting it for you. Is this what you like? I'm like, okay, if you're really gonna like fight me on it. I said, yeah, these Flying Pigs. They had the Drew Estate Undercrown Shade and the Drew Estate, I think, the Maduro. It was like the dark blue and gold band.
Yeah.
The Flying Pigs. I'm like, dude, this box probably goes for like $300. I'm like, it's expensive. And then I see the price and it says like $10, like 10 something. So I'm like, well, or maybe it was like 10, like 12, $13. So I'm like, well, if a box of 10, that's like $120, $130. I'm like, that's really cheap. So we asked the guy. He's like, oh, well, if you buy a box, you get a discount. Yeah, it's $120. And he's like, all right. I'm like, shit. I'm like, you fucking serious?
Dude, and you showed it to me, and I said, go back.
So yeah, so then we go outside. We're having a cigar outside on the sidewalk in Warren. So I'm excited. So I FaceTime Justin. I'm like, yo, I just bought these Rocky Patel Grand Reserves. I just got a box of Drew Estate Flying Pigs. Guess how much? And Justin was like, can you buy me one? I'll give you money right now. And I was like, yeah, sure, because they were closing up soon. So I ran back in there, and I'm FaceTiming Justin, and he's like, whoa. Justin was like, whoa. So we're looking at the Flying Pigs, and he's like, is there anything else? And then I find I didn't do a hard enough search when I was looking, but I was like, yo. I'm like, he's like, you're like, what? They had the feral pigs.
Because you picked it. I'm like, look around. And you picked up one of the boxes, and underneath it was the feral pig.
And you're like, yo, what's that? And I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, these are the feral pigs. I'm like, I think you're like, ask how much they were. What was it, $160?
I think it was 160 for the box.
$160 for 10 feral pigs. If you're in New York, that box is at least $300.
At least.
Those cigars are, first of all, hard to find, and they're about $30 a cigar. So we basically,
you can't get them. Couldn't get them in our lounge.
Yeah. So Justin was like, "Give me the box right now. I'll Venmo you." So
I Venmoed you before you even cashed out.
Before I even swipe my card, I already got the money from Justin. That's how bad he wanted it. But yeah, man, Warren, PA, nice Ashes Cigar Lounge. Shout out to you guys for having good prices. So I'll definitely be back.
I want to check them out to see. I'm going to email them to see if like they ship. Like, hey, listen, can I order from your store?
Yeah, because my buddy was like, oh, my friend's got a podcast, blah blah blah. I gave him a couple of stickers, but he's like, yeah, we're kind of behind on the times here. He's like, we don't really have a social media. He's like, we have Facebook, but we don't have Instagram or anything like that.
They have an email. I'm going to email them.
Oh, you looked them up?
I looked them up. I'm going to email them and say, hey, listen, like, I'm from New York. I love your lounge. I want to buy some stuff from you.
Yeah.
Can you ship it? I'll pay the shipping.
So my buddy Joe was like, hey, man, I go up there a few times a year. Just let me know if you want me. I'll go down there. I'll look for the boxes. So we got to connect over in...
Because think about it. If you buy the box for $160, how much is it going to cost to ship it? Maybe $10-$20. So it's $180 max. It costs you $300 to buy it here. So
yeah. So we're saving money.
Dude, love it. Fucking love it.
It was good. Yeah, it was fun. It was good.
Love it.
All around good weekend. The drive, though, 6.5, 7 hours.
I know.
I mean, luckily I didn't drive, but...
And it's like when we go up to Lake Placid, it's about 6 hours.
The drive up there, pumped. You're like, let's go! We're out here! And then the ride home, you're like, oh, we gotta drive so long. Yep. But, dude, Amish doing them buggies, like Amish people, like on horses, freaking, what do you call it? They have like open fields for crops, and they have like the freaking gardener to move the dirt around with horses on them. Like legit. You're out there,
man.
You're out
Old
there
school.
In the country.
Out in the country.
Out in the
Why we do country?
Big country, baby.
Big country.
So yeah, that was my PA story, man.
Love it.
So it was a long story, but yeah. Sugar Grove, PA, Warren, PA. Get Bent Brewery, nice ass cigar lounge. Shout out.
So I buried a bird.
What?
Let's hear it. 'Cause I saw your girlfriend's Snapchat, and
so I had to bury a bird in my backyard.
What happened? Because I was like, oh, the bird's alive. That's great.
So my girlfriend's coming home from work, and so she pulls in the driveway, and she's in the car, and I'm just finishing up my workout. She called me when she left, and I'm like, listen, I'm doing a quick little circuit. I'm going to be done in like 20 minutes. So I'm going to hit cardio. I'm done in 20 minutes. You take 20 minutes to get home. Perfect. Oh, so you were like looking, like I was looking at that. Like, what are you looking at? So I was like, listen, I'll be done in 20 minutes. Perfect timing. So I see her pull in, and I'm on my last set. I'm like, perfect. So then I walk inside. I kind of finish my drink, and I'm waiting for her to come in. So I open up the door. She's like, come here. I'm like, what's going on? So I go open the car door, and she's looking at me. And I'm looking at her like, okay, what's up? So then she points at her feet, and there's a fucking bird sitting next to her brake pedal, like next on the where your clutch would be. Her bird's sitting there. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
What is that? What the fuck is that?
She goes, babe, I was driving home and I saw a bird in the road that it got hit by a car and his wing was like broken. Oh. She's like, and I was on the phone with my sister and I'm like, do I turn around? Like, do I turn around? She goes, I'm turning around. I can't, no. Because if I come back tomorrow morning and there's a flat roadkill, she's like, I'm going to be pissed. So she turned around, she halted traffic, and she scooped up the bird with like
a plastic. Halted traffic.
Dude, it was and the bird was like jumping, like trying to fly, but can't. So she scooped up the bird and now brings the bird into the car and she drives home. So then she's like, now she gets to the driveway and she goes, what should we do? I've been trying to look up like like the hospital, animal hospital. She's like, well, I'm like, all right, well, let's call them. So I call them up, and I'm telling you, I must have called 7 different places. Either they weren't open or they don't friggin' accept birds. Like, I go, how are you an animal life rescue and you don't accept a bird? Yeah. I said, this poor bird has probably got a concussion. He's got a broken wing. I'm like, I just want to bring him so you can nurse him back to health and let him go. So the animal hospital was like a vet, and like, we don't take wild animals. So they called another one. I called another one. The name of the place was called A Wing and a Prayer. And I call them up.
Don't tell me.
We don't accept birds. We only do cats.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
What?
Well, your fucking name has wing in it.
A wing and a what?
A wing and a prayer. They're like, yeah, I understand our name's deceiving. We only do cats. I said, so call it Whiskers and a Prayer. Don't call it freaking wing.
What is the meaning behind that?
I have no idea.
That's terrible.
So I would think like a wing and a prayer is like, okay, you rescue wild birds. A wing and a prayer, right? You rescue a bird, give it a prayer.
That makes sense. Oh, by the way, I got to tell you another story about this beer, but we'll go back to that.
So anyway, so I'm calling up all these people, and now it's like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. We can't find a place. So I'm like,
so where is it the whole time?
It's like, so we had scooped it up. We had it in like we wrapped it up in a dish towel, and then we were trying to. I said, okay, well, put him in the grass. I said, because we looked at his wing. I'm like, it doesn't look broken. He's not like squirming or anything. He's just breathing kind of heavy. So put him in the grass and see if he. So he wouldn't move. He was trying to hop, nothing. And then a girlfriend had him like on her finger, like he was sitting on a finger. And he tried flying. He just went right to the ground. Oh. I'm like, oh, great. So there was a place that was way out east, and it was like 45 minutes. I go, they're closed, and I'm not driving there right now. Excuse me. So hold on.
Drink some of that juice, baby.
So I said, listen, let's put him in a box. Put him in the garage. We'll put food and water. I'm like, what do we feed a bird? So we looked up like oats and nuts and seeds and stuff.
What do we feed a bird?
I'm like, I don't have birds. You feed them bird seed, but I don't have bird seed.
Bird seed, bird seed.
So we crushed a bunch of shit up, put him in the garage, said, he'll be fine overnight. I'll take him in the morning. So wake up the next day, and before we went to bed, he was like not moving. He was just kind of laying there, and he was breathing. I'm like, okay. Wake up the next morning, go into the, I'm like, my girlfriend went into the garage, comes out, she's like, didn't make it. I'm like,
The next day?
Next day. Oh. So I'm like, I said, is he, she goes, no, he's like keeled over. It's like, poor thing. So,
flush him down the toilet.
Yeah, okay. It's a bird, dude. The bird was the size of this beer can, okay? Oh, I'm telling you, the thing was big. So I'm like, oh, shit, all right. So I'm like, okay. What? So I grab a plastic bag. I'm like, go into the backyard with a shovel. Right back, I go into the corner. And it's funny because, not funny, but we have a little graveyard in the corner. Because my sister had guinea pigs. And both of them passed away. And when they passed away, I buried them over here next to each other. And so I'm like, all right, dig another hole. And you can see it. There's a bunch of rocks. I dug a hole. I left him in that dish towel, and I put him in a plastic bag, and then I buried him in the hole. And I put him in a bag because I'm like, I'm not going to dig a 6-foot hole dig a little hole, and I'll put them in a bag so that other animals can't smell them and dig down
smart.
and rip them up. I did the same thing with the guinea pigs. So I buried them, said a little fucking bird prayer.
Damn.
And
a wing and a prayer, son.
so I'm like, so the next day, I didn't tell you. So the next day, driving home from work, she always calls me. She's on the phone, and all of a sudden she goes, "Oh my God!" I go, "What happened?" She goes, "I just saw another bird get hit by a car." I'm like, "You better not turn around." So what we think happened was the bird that passed away, must have had a brain bleeding or a concussion or a collapsed lung. He got hit by a car.
Yeah.
And then the next day, she's like, "I just saw a car." I'm like, "What kind of car?" She goes, "It was a freaking Range Rover." I said, "He's dead."
Yeah.
Like he ain't
coming back from that
like,
one.
So he must have got hit and was like, and then passed away overnight. I was like, well, listen, at least he passed away in his sleep and he didn't get flattened by a car.
Yeah.
Okay.
18-wheeler.
Right, at least he passed away in his sleep. So, but
R.I.P. to the bird.
I'm like, dang, man, crazy.
That's wild.
So I have a little freaking graveyard.
Yeah, you got an animal graveyard.
And I told her when she saw the bird get hit, I'm not the freaking bird morgue, okay? I'm not a graveyard in the backyard.
I don't get paid for this shit.
All right.
200 years from now, when everything's gone here, they're gonna be new land. They're gonna dig up dirt and they'll be like, "What the hell are all these little animals around here?
Yeah,
Why
I
are
have 3 animals. I have 2 guinea pigs and a bird back there. Crazy.
But what you were saying about the place with the wing and the prayer remind me of the beer. So let me know what you think this is, right? So at this brewery, right? You walk up.
Yo, no joke. This looks like apple cider.
Yeah, it's good,
Right?
It's good as hell.
All right, so
you have all these different beers, right? All different taps. So you can get whatever. You pay $6 for a beer in this glass, or they have like advertised right on the bar. It says souvenir glasses, free fill. So in my head, I was like, oh, okay. How much is the souvenir glass? $14. I was like, oh, all right. So I buy the glass, I get a fill, and I get a free refill. And would you not think that this says?
If it says free fill.
Says originally I thought it said free refill, but it said free fill. So I'm thinking if you have advertised glasses, where baseball games, other events, you buy a souvenir cup, you get a free refill.
Right.
Am I wrong or am I right?
No, right.
Most places, right? So I go there. and I'm talking. I'm like, all right, yeah. And I'm telling everybody, oh, get the souvenir cup. It's so cool. So his like uncle, his cousins are all buying. They're like, oh, it's a great deal. It's a great deal. I don't know. Maybe it was like $6, $7, $8 or whatever. But it was like you get the cool cup plus you get a free refill. Sure. So I was telling everybody. So it was like the talk of the night for a little bit. So then we finished the beer and we go back. I go back. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I know. I got the glass. I'm here for my free refill. She's like, free refill? I'm like, yeah, I bought the souvenir glass. I want my free refill. And she's like, she's like, what are you talking? She's like, we don't do that. I'm like, it says free fill. And she's like, yeah, you buy the glass and you get a free fill with it. I'm like, what's the logic in that? What's to entice people about buying? She's like, that's what it is. So I said, are you sure you don't get it? I'm like, and I grabbed the sign. Like I was already a couple back, so I was like pretty courageous. So I was like, I was nice. But I was like, you sure? Because I did it before someone else. I had 2 glasses, and I guess the other person wasn't as foregoing. Never split the difference, bro. So I go up, the first girl, I'm like, I got 2 glasses. I'm like, yeah, I'm here for my free refill. And the girl was like, oh, okay. And she gave me the 2 free refills. I'm like, all right. So I was like, yeah, well, give me your glasses. I'll go for a refill. So and the other girl was like, no, we don't do that. And then at the time, I was like, wait. So I was like, you don't get a free refill with the souvenir glass. And I didn't realize it at the time, but the owner was like, one of the bartenders. She walked by and she's like, yeah, that's a good try though. And I'm like, you guys really confuse people because everyone I'm with thinks you get a free refill. And she's like, no, we don't do that. And I'm like, that sounds really.
So how much was it just normal to get a beer?
It was like $6, $7.
And then how much was the glass?
I think it was like $14. So
basically, it's just $6 for the glass.
Yeah. No. Well, if
you just advertise.
If it's $6 for the glass, I think you pay like 7 something for
the. That's what I was saying. So you said the beer is $8, and then if you buy the glass, you get the beer and it's 14. So it's like the glass is $6.
Yeah.
Just advertise the souvenir glass for $6.
So something like it was something along the lines like I think it was I can't remember, it was $6, $7 or whatever. But it was like. And then my buddy's uncle was like, that's a terrible, and he's like big on deals. He's like, it's a terrible deal. He's like, I don't want this glass. It's a terrible deal.
It is a terrible deal.
Yeah. So I'm like, you put souvenir glasses and you say free fill. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but
What they should have done is if it's $6 for the beer, right, to buy a regular beer, and then it's $14 for the glass.
yeah.
That means the glass itself costs $8. What they should have done is charge $16 and then give you a free refill. Because how much does it cost them for the beer? Probably cost them $1, if that, maybe 50 cents. Like, so you want people to buy the glass because you make money on the glass.
Yeah.
Like, so if you buy the glass, it's $16, but you get a free refill, and you still make money on it. Whereas it's like, all right, I can just get a regular beer for $6, or I can just buy the glass and get a beer.
Because trust me, I wasn't that
just buy the glass then.
Because I like a good little silver.
Like a good deal.
I like a good deal. I collect beer glasses. I'll go to spots and get beer glasses. I might take a couple from restaurants. But hey, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I used to do that. I'll tell you that after.
Yeah, but I'm like that's not logical to me. You say you advertise glasses. You say free fill. People are gonna think that you get a free refill with the glass because you're paying extra for a glass.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's stupid. So that was the talk of the night. And then the next day as we're leaving, he's like, I can't believe that was a terrible deal. I'm like,
Son of a.
still good beer though. Still good beer.
Oh yeah, I used to do that in college with the glasses. Whenever you go to a bar and they have like a cool glass,
Yeah.
I used to try to sneak it out of there, and I have a collection of all the glasses.
Well, so do I.
Because they used to have, there was a place up in college called McGregor's,
Greggy's.
and it was an awesome pint glass. It wasn't like a regular pint. It was a mug, so I had a handle on it, but it was a wide mouth.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't tall and skinny. It was wide and shallow, but it held and it was almost like it almost looked like a mini keg, like a barrel. It looked like a barrel, and it was so cool. I go, I gotta get one of those. I go, these are, and every beer was served in that. I said, these are the coolest mugs I've ever seen. And I don't have them anymore. I wish. I want to order. They were so cool, man.
I love beer glasses because
It just felt so comfortable. In your
yeah,
hand,
you hold on to it. It gives you a nice grip. But I always imagine when I have a house, I want a basement, and I've been collecting two things my whole life. Not anymore, but growing up I did, and I saved them all. I still have them. All my Sports Illustrated magazines. So one day when I have a basement, I want to go through all my Sports Illustrated magazines, and like the best Sports Illustrated, the ones that mean the most to me, like whatever, like LeBron James getting drafted or LeBron James in high school. Frame that. Same thing with beer glasses. I have beer glasses from all over the country, Boston, New York, Florida, wherever, and I want to have like a bar with like shelves and have all the different glasses. That's all I want. Simple things in life.
No, I was just thinking of this because there was a guy that I don't work with. He works for our company, but he's down in Florida, and he has a man cave.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Down in Tampa.
Yeah, he's got a man cave, and in the man cave, around the ceiling, he's got a shelf. Like, so picture the ceiling 12 inches down. There's a shelf that goes around the entire ceiling, and he's a big beer drinker. And around the entire ceiling is a different bottle. There's no two bottles alike, and it's every single beer that he's ever tried. And he just stacks up one bottle, just stacks them up all the way around. So I was thinking about it. We should do it right across, right here. Anytime we drink a beer, just put it up, or every time we drink a bottle, put it and just line them up and see how many we have.
Man shit.
Just right across here. You can see all the different.
Right. Shit. Man.
I said that's cool. And he's got, and I'm gonna tell you, it's not a regular, like this studio is what, maybe 10 by 15,
10 by 15,
10 by 15 probably. I'm talking, he's got a full ass.
It's
like,
big. I've seen it.
Like
before.
20 by 30, and it goes all the way around. I go, God, it's got to be like 500 beers, all different. It's great.
I can't wait for the day.
We should do it right here, right across the.
Right? I mean, we got all the cigar boxes. That's a start.
Just line up a shelf right across and start putting all the bottles up.
Let's get it, baby. Man shit. So yeah, that was
You know what I just realized too? So we're doing this video. We're kind of doing it a little bit differently. Instead of recording audio onto my computer, we're recording audio directly to the phone.
Yes.
Okay? So hopefully it sounds a little bit better.
I hope so.
Or the same, but we're recording directly to the phone. It helps us with the editing process. However, I noticed that we don't have the running time right here, so we have no clue how long we're going.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We're probably going about 40 minutes or so.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we used to have the time here. I said, we don't have it anymore. I'm going to go check.
Go check it out. Check it out. Well, while Justin's checking it out, why don't you guys go
What did you say?
40 minutes?
42 minutes.
Let's go. I've been doing this for almost 2 years. I know how it feels.
Go. I was gonna say I was thinking 45 in my head, but
Let's go.
that's good. You called it, man.
We've been doing it for a couple
Closest
years
without
now.
going over, so you got it.
Let's go. So, since we're about probably at the end of the episode, guys, we forgot to thank people in the beginning.
Oh, yes,
But
yes.
thank you, everybody, so far who's become a member on the Burn Down Podcast website. It's for people like you guys that are supporting this channel, that enable us to do the stuff that we want to do, have our website, have our podcast, and do all the little things that are making it better. So we appreciate all the members. For the people who don't know, we do have a website. It's a central hub for our location, for our podcast, so you can watch all the videos, you can listen to all the audio, you can see our social media pages. But becoming a member, it's $5 a month, and you get entered into a monthly giveaway, which is actually going to be our first one next week, which is going to be exciting. So
From the moment that we're filming,
the moment that we're filming,
we do the giveaway on the last Wednesday of every single month.
Yes, and so members pay $5 and they get entered into a monthly giveaway every single month. And now what we give away is any and everything. We give away cigars, we're giving away whiskey, cigar accessories, merchandise, and it's a winner every single month. Now the other cool thing is that we offer 2 options. So if you don't want the goodies for the winner, you can also elect to have a Zoom session or an Instagram live or what have you, and you can smoke a cigar with us for 30 minutes. So
Or give or take, depending on how long it is.
30 minutes is probably a good enough time, but somewhere around there. But you can choose to hang out with us and smoke a cigar, which I thought was a cool idea. Can't wait for the first person that does it. I'm looking forward to the first giveaway. So check out the website, become a member, and support your favorite cigar podcast.
And also, not only do you get entered into a monthly giveaway, we have the 2 options, but you also get exclusive discounts to partnering stores. So just $5 a month is all it costs. I mean, you probably spend $100 on all your streaming platforms already, whether it's Hulu, Netflix, Disney, HBO Max, you name it. So just $5 a month. You don't even realize when $5 leaves, okay? But you help us, you support our channel, you enable us to be able to do all of these things that we're doing for you guys, and we really, really appreciate it. But for $5 a month, you get into the giveaway, and you also get discount codes exclusive only to those members for cigarandpipes.com, Nova Cigars, Kansas Clean Distilled Whiskey, and Revive Vinyl, okay? Get discount codes to those stores. You can go over there. Once you're a member, you have access to a members-only page. Once you log into the website with your credentials, you have access to that page. It gives you all of the information there. We also post the giveaway winner as well. So we appreciate all you guys that are members right now. If you're not a member, you just go down to the links in the description below. On the YouTube channel, if you guys are listening, it's www.burndownpodcast.com, and just go over right on the homepage. You hit become a member. Just sign up for an account, and then it's just $5 a month. You can do either credit card or you can do PayPal.
Also, if you want to become a member, buy some Burn Down merch. We have t-shirts available, small through XL. They're freaking beautiful t-shirts. I actually bought a t-shirt from Get Bent. Guess what type of material they used?
Same thing.
Next level.
I'm telling you.
The best kind of material.
These t-shirts are the most comfortable t-shirts I've ever worn. I'm not biased because my t-shirt. I've actually had this t-shirt when I was at a different gym. They had the same material. And then I had another one. I had a fitness company, the same material. These t-shirts rock.
Yeah, baby. So get yourself a Burn Down t-shirt. Become a member.
If you like this video, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And please hit the bell to be notified for every single time we drop a new video. We have a new episode every single Friday. We have a bunch of videos throughout the week, like cigar reviews and cigar tips and tricks and how-tos. If you're listening on iHeart Radio, Spotify, or Apple Podcast, subscribe and hit the 5 stars, 5 thumbs up, whatever the highest rating is. We really appreciate it.
# major plug, baby.
Got a major plug.
So until next time, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for supporting us. See you guys later.
Take care.